Alright, so it looks like we're vlogging in the rain. First time this year. I'm not really prepared for it. Don't have my rain gear, but I don't really care. So, anyway, I figured, I don't think I've ever talked about it. So, let's talk about it while it's raining. What should you do riding in the rain? Well, number one, reduce speed. Now, I don't really have that luxury per se, because there's enough traffic where I can't really go my own speed, which really kind of sucks. But what I'm going to try to do instead is increase my following distance. And watch out for this ass wipe. The fuck is this guy doing? Anyway, yeah, use your blinker, pal. And just try to overall keep my following distance a good distance so that I can stop in time, because now the tables turn a little bit. I can stop pretty fast, but I probably can't stop quite as fast as cars on the road because of the rain. So, you know, there is that. And I'm going to stay in this lane, which I wouldn't normally ride in the fast lane, but this way there's no one behind me to hit me, and there's no one in front of me for me to hit. So it becomes a little bit safer of a situation, even though I hate people who just cruise in the fast lane the whole time. But you know what? When you're on a bike, you get to do stuff like that to keep yourself safe, if you're, as far as I'm concerned. Now, something else you're going to want to consider is how cold is it? Because if it's like it's 60 degrees right now, so this rain will eventually make, if you get fully wet, you will get very, very cold from the rain. It's a cold rain and it's cold weather, so it's really something to consider. Make sure that you're not riding, you're not gonna, you know, make yourself get hypothermia. You know, make sure that you're warm enough to keep riding. If you have to stop and take a break, stop and take a break. Because even though it's 60 degrees out, you'll get cold real quick. I can already feel my legs getting really cold just because they're wet. So, I mean, I'm perfectly fine to ride. How do I get around this guy? But I can already feel them getting cold and, you know, affected by the rain already. So it's just something to definitely consider. Now, another thing is, obviously you're a little bit harder to see, especially if it gets really cloudy and really rainy. So keep that in mind. Make sure that people can see you as best you can. Obviously you can only do so much, but throw your high beam on. Makes you a lot more visible. You should do that during the day anyway, in my opinion. Always run with the high beam on. There's no reason not to. Just do your best to stay safe. Stay as far away from cars as possible. And then I personally like to take back roads if I can, because I feel that dang, I gotta turn over here. I feel that it protects you, because you can go your own speed. You know, if you're going 30 miles an hour on this road, which you shouldn't need to, but if you were, that's just dangerous, period. So those are a little bit dangerous too. But and give yourself more braking distance for turns. Your bike's gonna react a lot differently in the rain, especially over these the yellow and white lines. See this crap? That's gonna make it more slippery. There's a lot of things extra to look out for when it's raining outside. You can still do it safely, but you just gotta ride much more conservatively. Watch out for paint on the road. You know, any of these paint lines are all slippery. Even these worn out ones. If you're going fast around a turn, you know, a little too fast around a turn, you'll hit one of them and you'll know it. So keep that in mind. And like I said, now I'm on a back road and there's nobody around me, so I can go whatever speed I'm comfortable with, and I don't feel pressured, and I'm not forced to maintain a certain speed for the safety of myself and others. Because if you're on a road like that I was just on, a 4-lane road, if there's a lot of traffic on it, which that had a fair amount of traffic, then you can only go so slow without putting yourself in danger. This way, I've taken an alternate route. I've changed my route so that I can go slower and still be safe. And to me, that's a smart thing to do. Now, obviously, this side road has its own potential for problems as well that you may not be able to avoid, but it's worth a shot. And I still think it's a lot better than taking a main road in the rain. Obviously, sometimes you have to get somewhere, you don't know the route that well, whatever. It is what it is, so you just do what you can to stay safe. But riding in the rain definitely adds another element of challenge and forces you to be a little bit more responsible and safe by your riding. It's not like a car. In a car, driving in the rain in a car is almost like driving in the dry. Your brakes aren't that affected, your cornering ability is not that affected, and that just isn't the case with the motorcycle. It's just that simple. So anyway, I think that's all. Kind of not really a vlog per se, just kind of some pointers. Since it was raining out, I figured I would point out. It's actually not raining anymore, so I might extend this ride a bit. I'm not sure. So anyway, peace.